Hi everybody, welcome back. Sorry for my long absence. If you've been following my channel, you've probably heard me say that my house has been all torn up. It's been all torn up for 6 months now because of a flood we had last October. And it's just been like we've had two construction companies here. One seems to be the Three Stooges and the other seems to be Laurel and Hardy or something similar. They've just put a flooring down and they've just had to tear the flooring up because they did it wrong, and it's just been a disaster. In between that and work, it's been kind of hard to concentrate on anything else. But one thing I have been trying to do, I wanted to make a watch stand design because you see I own a number of wristwatches. And I don't want to focus on the wristwatches today, but because I know somebody's going to ask, this, and this are old Seikos. These two are old Seiko Kinetics. This is obviously a Rolex homage watch, or homage if you prefer. This is an old quartz chronograph. This is my Galaxy S, or my Samsung Gear S2 smartwatch. This is an old G-Shock I've had forever that I can't destroy. There's my old Pebble Steel with the cracked screen. This is a big Invicta that somebody gave to me. And this is a Citizen WMR 200 Eco Drive. This is the Blue Angels edition. But I've been trying to figure out a watch stand that I like. So I've printed some from Thingiverse. So I want to look at those today. And I want to start with what I think is probably the simplest of them. And that is this one. And this prints with no support. And if you're using a band that can be adjusted like this one, a strap with a buckle, you can make it fit. I think most people who are designing watch display stands for Thingiverse have probably about a 6-inch wrist. 7 is about average. Mine's about 8. And so you can see one like here, like this Rolex, or excuse me, this Rolex homage watch made by Seiko. You can see on it about how well it fits. My 8-inch wrist, it literally falls off of it. It won't stay on it. It's man, am I ever clumsy today? It's just huge on it. So that's not going to work. It's just going to fall off. So I sized it up by, I think I sized it up by about 20% or 25%. And that would be this one. And you can see about the difference between the one I sized up and the original size of it. And now when you go to snap the band on it, slide the band on it like that, and then you snap it around the back just like you'd put it on your wrist, and you'll see it kind of squeezes it down a little bit, snap it, and there you go, fits perfectly. So if you can find the correct scaling for this, that actually works kind of nice. Here's another one that I printed. Let me get the watch. And again, it's designed for somebody's wrist who's has a much smaller wrist than me. And this one I have not sized up, and it's very simple as well. And I'll put links to all of these below. And you do the same thing. If you have a watch with a buckle, it should fit pretty good. But and I could size it up, but for this type of bracelet, it sits on it, so it's kind of wobbly, and I didn't really like it. So to be quite honest, I didn't bother printing a bigger one. No matter what I've tried on it, it sits on the bottom and wobbles. Again, I could size it up a bit, and you can also see, you can see right here, I've beveled this edge in it so that it would not require support. In fact, I don't think I beveled it. I think I told Cura to make overhangs printable, and it did it for me. So there's that. I can't say as I really care for that much. Might work well for a lot of you guys. Didn't work quite so well for me. The next one up was this one. And this one comes in 2 pieces. Again, prints with no support. And it's got a little, I don't know if you can see it, it's got a little guide in here so it doesn't pop out from side to side, and it's got teeth. And then you can see it has matching teeth and a matching hollow for the guide inside, so that you can size it to you know, whatever works for you. But again, of course, because the person who designed it has 6-inch wrists or 7, I can't make it. Where did the original one go? I can't even find, the original one's even smaller than this one. This is the one I sized up to fit me. The original one was even smaller. And you can see they're multicolored because I'm trying to get rid of all the odds and ends of filament that I have. But I think I sized this one up about 20% as well, because as it was originally, if I tried to expand this out, I'd pull it all the way apart before it would fit on the watch. And then here's one I actually expanded up to be too large. So it works fine with the old G-Shock with a strap I can adjust. But I think I sized this one up 30% and it really only needed 20. So next on the list is this stand. Now this stand is really kind of unique. And again, I'll put a link to these below. This stand, as you can see, should hold just about any size man's watch. And it really works exceptionally well. Again, it prints without any support in that orientation there. And you just put it whatever you want right on it. It supports that one. It supports that one. You know, it just basically does any of them. Here's the Seiko Rolex homage. It supports that one. It just works exceptionally well. If you're looking for a stand and you have multiple sized watches, this is the one that I would recommend. Oh, here's my old Pebble Steel with the cracked screen. It's got the small one of these on it. This was the original size of this one I showed you before. Whoops. Original size of this one. And as you can see, it in order to make it fit, I have to expand it all the way out to the point where it falls apart. So again, if you're looking for a watch stand, this one is nearly perfect. It prints fairly quickly. I think it was about a 2.5 hour print. It holds just about everything. And it worked exceptionally well. I really don't have any complaints about it at all. If I were just to want a 3D printed watch stand, and I just wanted a bunch of them for a bunch of different watches, this would be the one I'd pick. Now, I'm going to design one of my own. I hope in the end I'm going to design an actual watch winder for my automatic watches. And I know the Seiko Kinetics don't respond well to watch winders, but I think that I can make one that will. So I am going to redesign the watch stand, and I think I'm going to redesign this one. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to remove the teeth. I'm going to remove, I don't know, I might leave the guide down the center of it to keep it from going from side to side, but I'm also going to put stops in it so it can't come apart. And then what I think I'm going to do is put a spring in the middle. You know, a coil spring that pushes outwards. And that way, and a very light one, that way, without the teeth, I can squeeze it together, slide the watch over it, let it go, and it will automatically expand until it contacts the band and hold the watch tight. I think that's what I'm going to go with for my own design, and I'm going to start that in my next video. And I think that's also where I'm going to go when I make my winder. And I'm still looking at winder and motor designs. And I think I'd like to do something unique. I'm just not sure that it's going to work. So I'm going to play with a few, but I think in my next video I'm going to redesign this to give me the spring in the center, so it kind of does an automatic clamping thing. And I'll find the right spring, and I'll leave that also in the description of the next video, and probably in this one too as well, once I get the next video done. And so that's it for now. If you're looking for a 3D printed watch stand, these all will work. This is the simplest of the bunch. Once you size it to the watch, or if you use a watch, only use watch to have, you know, buckles and straps like that. If you use watches that have a bracelet like this one, once you get it sized correctly, these print in like an hour and a half, and you really can't complain about it. They work well. This one, the guy designed it, also made a base for it that the bottom sits in, which is kind of neat looking. But if you just want a general watch stand, this one will fit almost anything. Buckles, straps, it's even holding it upside down. and it's just easy to print. It's easy to work with. It's sturdy. It doesn't tip over, and it holds just about everything really nicely. So until we get back to the next video where I design my own, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I'm going to try and get this going despite my house situation. They're supposed to come around next week and begin the painting, and then we're going to do flooring, or we're going to do cabinets next, and then flooring. The last guys wanted to do the flooring first. These guys want to do the flooring last. I wish I knew more about this stuff. I'm learning more than I ever wanted to. But thanks for hanging in there with me. If you've enjoyed my videos, please like and subscribe. And I will catch you next time. Bye for now.